have an Alexa personal assistant from Amazon, and like everyone else, I got a little worried about all the information big tech has on me. So I asked Alexa, should I worry about everything that Google, Facebook, Uber is gathering on me? She said, I knew you were going to ask that question. Then I found out later the reason Alexa has so much information on me is my wife is having so many affairs with Amazon pilots and Amazon drivers. They have her listed as a fulfillment center. So things are so bad for me right now, the only action I get between below the waistline is from a butt dial. Setting my phone on vibrate, putting it in my front pocket, I wouldn't have a sex life at all. And it looks like that's again, because I got a new phone, I set it on vibrate, I put it in my pocket. First text I got from the service provider said it just wanted to be friends. My wife, her phone, she sets it on airplane mode. Her and her Amazon pilot boyfriend started eating ice cream off each other's bodies. So I asked Alexa to recommend a good counselor for us, and she said it's one who is very good on communication. She said what helps a lot is for your wife to talk dirty during sex. My wife said she tried to call from the hotel room, but she couldn't get cell phone service. And then the counselor said what helps is when your wife tells you when she has an orgasm. My wife said for that I'm going to have to join her OnlyFans account. And the counselor said, you know what's also good? Turn off the lights, go into a room, and have sex on every piece of furniture. The sounds and the positions. And so it seemed like it was working, the passionate scratching, the playful biting, the sounds. Turn the lights on, turns off all the scratching and biting was from the screws sticking out of the IKEA furniture. And then she said, well, we got the last thing for you. She said, this is what I call my Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson option, where you film yourself making love, the sounds, the sights, the noises, it helps. Now, I tried that. I wasn't that confident, but 2 pieces of good news from it. I did the film with my wife, acid and inert. We took first place in the silent film division. Second piece of good news, my wife got a modeling contract from a mannequin company. After those 2 pieces of good news, I felt good about moving here from Florida. I lived not that far from where Trump was. It was interesting because when he came down, when Napoleon lost in France and was banished to the Isle of Elba, he was called an emperor in exile. When Trump lost and had to come back down to Palm Beach, many wanted to refer to him as an invasive species. Man, did I have a good time at the Biden White House Halloween party. I was talking to President Biden. I said, Mr. President, I think Obama made the country so happy because he got advice from people like you, but a lot of people are concerned you're getting advice from Bernie Sanders, who was an unemployed carpenter before he went into politics, AOC, who was a bartender before she went into politics, and he goes, well, that's exactly my plan to make the American people happy. I said, well, how is it going to make people happy that you're getting advice from someone who pounds boards, used to pound boards for a living, and someone who used to sling drinks? And he said, because my son Hunter is always happiest after he's nailed a cocktail waitress. I said, well, Mr. President, what about Senator Sanders' proposals that all Americans be given a laptop? And he said, I support that too, because I remember how happy Hunter was when he got his first laptop at a strip club in Las Vegas. And I said, well, Mr. President, what about the book that's coming out about Hunter that talks about the strippers, the prostitutes, the sleazy affairs? He said, stop right there. That is pure libel because Hunter has never been charged with impersonating a member of Congress. Then I said, Mr. President, I'm starting to understand the reliance on Senator Sanders. I remember that speech he gave where he said the problem with the American economy is we produce way too many brands of deodorants, way too many brands of shampoo. I said, I went and got toothpaste today at the store and they had charcoal and baking soda. I don't know whether to brush my teeth or scrub my grill out bad. And then the Secret Service came and took them away, and I said, Mr. President, one more thing. The American people are very concerned about the gas increases since you entered the White House. And he said that's only on Thursday when they serve Mexican food in the dining room. So then I went over and talked to some of the other guests, and I talked to 2 members of Congress I used to know. And one was dressed up as an ambulance driver, and the other was dressed up as a first responder. And it was a little awkward because it was getting a little late. President Biden was near 80, and he came over and asked him if they were there about his silver alert. And then I went over to talk to Vice President Kamala Harris, and as smart as she is, that she was there as a librarian. But that got awkward too, because President Biden came over and asked her if she could direct him to the large print section. And then as I was leaving, I got a little more FaceTime with President Biden. I said, Mr. President, the American people are behind you. We need you to bring the country together. We cannot have a scandal like the Clinton administration where there was oral sex in the White House. And he said, you don't have to ever worry about oral sex in the Biden White House because we have a full mask policy.